All right, it's setting it up.
On my end here. Yep, we're live.
All right, it's setting it up.
Hey. Hello, Facebook. I am hoping that you can hear me. And this is working. This is take 5. Going live on Facebook with Zoom. I'm not hearing a delay on my end. Are you, Kristen? Facebook. I am
Yes.
hoping that you can hear me. You're hearing a delay. And this. All right. So I'm going to try and talk while you're muted. Okay. And then let's see if you jump in, if you're hearing a delay when you talk. Okay. I'm not hearing the delay on my end speaking. So let's give it a shot. So you're muted. Let me unmute you.
I turned the delay off. Hold on.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Yay.
All right. Thank goodness for educators with technical skills, guys, because I don't have them. I'm a healthcare provider. So anyway, hi, Facebook. I think we're live on Kristen's page, and you have to bear with us. This is really the first official time this is working for us, going live via Zoom on Facebook. So we wanted to hop on because we all need a little light these days. We all need a little positivity, inspiration, and my name is Patty. So a lot of you on Kristen's page probably don't know me. I am a friend and fellow coach of Kristen's, and we just wanted to kind of get on, talk to you guys, answer some questions about our program and our stories, and see if we can just inspire somebody and shed a little light. So I myself lost 35 pounds on the program in about 9.5 weeks. I was a healthcare provider for 30 years. I was looking for something else. I actually decided to become a coach before I did the program. And then I decided, you know what, I better do the program. I'm 35 pounds overweight, tired, depressed. I had a bunch of different things going on. And this program completely changed my life in many, many ways. The most important piece of this whole program is that it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And it's really more about the habit change and the mindset than it is about the food, right? Because somebody can give you the most incredible food on the planet, right? But if you still want to turn to food to fill some sort of emotional void, you got to fix that piece. And that was me. I was an emotional eater, sugar addict, and I really needed the pieces of this program that are not the food in order for me to truly change things. And I'm going to let kind of Kristen hop in, tell her story since you guys know her more than me. And then I can jump back in and talk to you guys a little bit about really the meat of this program and how we've been able to keep our weight off. So I'm going to mute and let beautiful Kristen jump in and tell you guys a little bit about her story.
Hey, everyone. I hope you're all jumping on and enjoying this little live that Patty and I have going. So, you know, my journey is interesting. I've battled with an inflammatory disease since 2014. I've also battled with my weight my entire adult life. I've basically tried every single diet and plan and program out there, from shakes to points, to, you know, no carbs, no fat, changing my hair products so that there's no oil in it. Like, I mean, I really tried everything. And, you know, even intermittent fasting and things like that. And nothing seemed to work. I also have a hormone imbalance. So I take a Synthroid to supplement my thyroid, because with all the things that I've tried, it's actually slowed my metabolism down over the time that I've been dieting. And it wasn't until COVID hit and I was really just emotionally eating, and the weight was creeping up exponentially. And it ended up that I only had 2 pairs of pants that I could still fit into. And they both had elastic. So, I mean, that's real talk, you guys. I wasn't fitting into my clothes. My shirts were an extra large. My pants were pushing a size 16. I was barely fitting in my 14s, and I refused to go out and buy any clothes in a size 16. And, you know, that just, and not saying that a size 16 is a bad thing, but for me, it wasn't a healthy weight, and I felt sluggish all the time. I was always tired, moody. You know, I didn't like the way I looked in the mirror. I didn't like the way I looked in my clothes. I didn't feel good and confident about myself. And you know, with the added stress of everything with COVID, it was a really depressing time, and we were home all the time. So what do you do when you're stressed? You reach out to food and the things that comfort you. And I love carbs. So I was comforting myself with carbs all of the time. And, you know, it wasn't until I saw my friend on Facebook, and actually I saw a family member on Facebook that lost 45 pounds during COVID. And I said, okay, you got to tell me what you're doing, because I've tried everything and nothing has worked. And they said that they were doing this program. And I was like, all right, sign me up. And that was the day that I made the decision to call my friend and say, like, I need help and I can't feel like this anymore. And I refuse to get any bigger than I am. And I was even working out in the gym 4 days a week with a trainer. I wasn't losing a pound. I wasn't losing anything, because what I was doing in the gym didn't compensate for what I was putting in my mouth. And, you know, you can't fix this with exercise. You have to put in the work with your food, and then you have to work on your brain so that you disconnect your emotions from food. And that's the biggest part for me, because I could have done any diet and lost the weight, but as soon as I stopped doing a diet, I just gained it right back. So this program allowed me to do the work on myself where it mattered most, and that's in changing my habits and changing my perspective and changing the way I cope with my feelings and emotions and my triggers that make me want to eat. It's basically a lifestyle, like Patty said. It's not a diet, and that's exactly what I needed to get me through one of the hardest years that we went through. I mean, I think everybody feels like that. You know, and why did I become a coach in all of this? I became a coach because I had people reaching out to me and they were watching my journey. And even though they weren't necessarily reaching out immediately, they were watching my journey and I didn't realize. And as I started losing weight, they started reaching out and saying, hey, I want to do what you're doing. And I had so many people reaching out, especially my family members, my husband, my immediate family. They were like, listen, we'll do this program with you because we want to lose weight too, but we need you to coach us. And we're not doing it with anyone else. So I said, I guess I'm coaching. And I didn't want to coach at first. I kept telling them, no, 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 and I'm not ready and I want to lose more weight. But I said, let me do it. And, you know, my family members, 2 of them have lost over 75 pounds. And this is since the end of October. And my husband, he's down 25 pounds. He looks fantastic. He works out still 4 times a week. And now he's seeing the results that he wanted to see in the gym. Whereas before he was working out, but what he was doing in the gym, like I said, wasn't matching what he was putting in his body. So he wasn't fueling his body the way he should have. And neither was I. So, you know, now it made it much easier because we're doing it together. But you know, all in all, coaching has given me the accountability piece that I know people are counting on me to keep going and to keep doing what I'm doing and to inspire them. And they're looking to me, you know, for advice and for recipes and tips and tricks and things like that. And I don't feel like I could let them down. And, you know, it's really changed my life in more than one way. It's changed my relationship with food. It's changed my relationship with people around me, with my family, because now we're all in a better, healthier mindset. We all support one another. Not that we didn't always, but it's in a different way now. And, you know, and also the income, believe it or not, that's not the reason I started this. As a school administrator, you know, I have a very taxing job, and it's hard for me to stop in the middle of work and take a minute for myself. Even 5-10 minutes, it's hard to even eat. And I would go all day without eating anything. And then I would be eating my food at 4 o'clock when all the kids went home. And that was what caused me to start gaining weight too, on top of the stress of the job. But this has allowed me freedom. It's allowed me a purpose that goes beyond helping students and teachers. This allows me to help the people closest to me, and people that I haven't heard from in years are reaching out to me from high school, from elementary school, from college, and I'm able to reach out and help transform their life because they want to be healthy. And that means the most to me out of everything. And like I was telling Patty earlier, I didn't do this for the income. I really didn't. I did this so that I could help my family members, and it turned into something bigger. I do this for the outcome. So with that, take it away, Patty.
I love that. So yeah, listen, guys, I don't care if you're in education, healthcare, helping others helps you ultimately, right? Like anytime you help somebody else, it brings you joy. And, that's one of the reasons why I love coaching. I was a healthcare provider for 30 years, and I actually started coaching before I did the program because I was looking for some extra income. I wasn't sure at 48 years old that I wanted to lift patients for another 20, 30 years. I had kids in college, right? Like, who can't use a little extra income, right? And it turned into something so much bigger for me. So I started coaching. Yes, I needed to lose 35 pounds. I was struggling with fatigue and depression and a thyroid issue similar to Kristen, and nothing worked. And I honestly didn't even think this was going to work. I had tried many, many things, like all of us, right? And what I've learned and what I say to all of my clients is that diets don't work, right? We've all been on diets. They don't work. At some point, you go to a place of deprivation, right? And, one of the questions we get asked all the time is, what makes this different? And what makes this different is that it's not just food and watching the scale. What really makes this different is you have a coach holding you accountable. Research shows you're going to be more likely to succeed with anything, whether it's exercise, whether it's spirituality, whether it's nutrition. If you know somebody's there holding you accountable, somebody you can turn to, somebody you can talk to, right? That's a huge piece of this. The other piece is having this community of like-minded people that are on a mission to get healthy. And again, this is something that has been researched. There's a reason why if you're struggling with alcohol, they recommend going to a meeting, sponsoring, volunteering. If you want to enhance your spiritual life, they recommend getting in a Bible study, going to the church, meeting people. It's the same thing here, guys. You don't get unhealthy by yourself, right? Why would you ever expect to get healthy alone? And I can tell you with my own journey, I am an emotional eater. I have an affinity or an addiction to sugar, and it's been a tough year. And the things that have kept me on the path and that have kept my weight off are having a coaching community, having a system. There's books that come with this program that'll break down if you do have an emotional eating issue. What is your pattern? What are the strategies to work through that? What does transition and maintenance look like, right? After you lose 20, 30, 50, 100 pounds, we're not going to throw you out there into the world. We're going to walk you through it. We're going to be here for you. We have a clear-cut system. So, that's a piece of it also, and paying it forward. I can tell you for myself, if I didn't have to show up, right? And people weren't watching my journey, whether it's live on Facebook or out in the field or when I fly home to New York, I don't know if I'd still have that weight off, right? Because it's never just about the food, ever, right? So, another question we get asked a lot is, how much is it? Is the program affordable? Of course, that's going to be the first thing people ask. I can tell you this. Whether you live in New York or Georgia or Florida, if you go to a deli and get a sub and a soda or a sub and a seltzer, or whatever your drink of choice is, my program will be cheaper. This program will be cheaper. And it includes community, coaching, books. It's incredible. And this has been life-changing for me. And Kristen, we were complete strangers. We have become friends and colleagues, and I can't wait to meet her in person this summer with the ban of COVID lifted. So, I really wanted to bring Kristen in to kind of, dialogue with and inspire you guys, because she's had an incredible journey. I mean, 60 pounds, can you imagine? 60 pounds is incredible. And, she's inspired so many people, friends and family, and she's got an incredible job. Like, she's a school administrator, and she is now coaching and paying it forward. And what that's doing for her is it's helping her journey. So we just wanted to hop on and bring some light and hope we inspire you guys. So, we hope you all have a great night, and hopefully we'll be back, and hopefully you heard us live.
And if you have questions, reach out. Reach out to Patty or I.
Sounds good. All right, girl, I think you ended on your end.